Hey everyone, welcome back to Pokémon Insurgence. I hope everybody is staying happy, healthy, and safe. On the last part, we started clearing out a few loose ends. So we cleared out the time list, we paid a visit to Professor Sylvan, and we unlocked the Holland region. We're not going to be doing anything with the Holland region for quite a while, but it is good to unlock. It's very easy to unlock, and it will give you access to a bunch of new Pokeballs. So we now have a good supply of Ancient Balls. Actually, let me show you. So I have 82 of them, and I also got some snowballs, some Delta Balls, and even one Shiny Ball in case of emergencies. I'll probably never use it. It also made me wound up having to go to the Sonata tracks, and I had to earn some money and things like that. That kind of happened. It was unfortunate. I also trained up the Pokemon that we got from Professor Sylvan. So we have the Delta Bulbasaur now. So I trained that up, and we'll be showing that off. It even has its Mega Stone. I'm going to be evolving it on screen, since, one, we haven't seen this Pokemon, and two, it has some pretty unique designs for its evolution. It also has different designs for the male and female sprites, so I'll be putting those up on screen after I evolve it. So that is the female variant of the Ivysaur. Just one more level. And that is the female version of the Delta Venusaur. I actually didn't show off its moveset either. So, I actually gave it proper EVs. Surprise, surprise. That's also a good defense Ivy. I didn't notice that. Oh, that's a horrible special attacking Ivy. I guess it balances out. And that is not the moveset that it needs. But to fix something actually really quickly. If you're wondering why it has Taunt, the reason it has Taunt is so that I can actually taunt the last Audino when I'm training on them. So it will basically struggle itself to death. So let me fix that. We're going to be running with Psychic, Training Kiss, Moonblast, and Taunt. So Calm Mind is just a fantastic setup option, and we're going to be using that. This thing is going to be the star of the show, at least for this part. I hope. So on this part, we are here in Suntouch City, and we're actually going to be heading to Orion's gym. Previously, he called us, and we kind of blew him off, and we're gonna go see him, see just what the issue is here. I see. Oh goodness, thank you for coming. You gotta help me. I can't believe I was that stupid. I wasn't being careful. I was about to close out the gym when Taen surprised attacked me. He had Kieran Black again, somehow. I didn't see it coming. He knocked me clean off my feet and ran off with Reshiram again. I'm such a screw-up, man. You gotta help me. Maybe I don't deserve to be friends with Reshiram, but if Taen has Kyurem B and Reshiram, well, we both know what Taen's going to try and do with him. It starts with an S and ends with in the original dragon. Do you think you could help me? I can't think of anyone else to turn to. You're the Augur now, after all. Listen, how about this? I'm going to see if I can track him down using my bond with Reshiram. It's a stretch, but, well, it's the best I can hope for. Do you think you could check the black market? You know, where the Perfection base was stationed? He might have head there. Hopefully this works out. I'll try and meet up with you later. And thanks. I'd say I owe you one, but I think I owe you like 20 at this point. Alright, that's cool. We are just going to head to the Perfection Base, if I can get out of here. We're about to get something that is a major unlock. So this is definitely one of the first side quests that you want to take on. At least up until this part. So we're going to be taking the easy entrance that's right over here. No need to go through the sewers, just go through the tower and go down here. If all of you don't just shut it, I swear. Yeah, we'll stop when you stop experimenting on Pokemon. Isn't that right? We'll keep coming. We'll bring more and more of us each time. You can't take down everyone in the Torn region, even if you were the champion. Emphasis on the word were, by the way. We all saw the match on TV. Leader of the Perfection Cult? Disgusting. You've been outed to the entire region. You're going down, Buster. For the love of... I'm out. I can't do this. I can't work in private with protesters bothering me every 5 minutes. You dispose of them, and they just keep coming back. I'm leaving. I'll find some other base to work at that's more quiet. Turn the place into a gluten-free vegan homeless shelter for all I care. I don't need it anymore. I see. Have you come to rub your victory in? I'm already being forced to move because these insufferable protesters will not just leave me alone. Not that I'm quitting, mind you. Just moving to somewhere less loud. Why are you here then? Make it quick. Taen. I haven't seen him for ages. He's plotting something. Probably. He's been talking non-stop about the original dragon, even though that plan went nowhere. He's as stubborn as ever. A complete idiot. Anyways, we don't have that crystal piece anymore. It's not like we could summon something that strong now. No thanks, by the way, to you. I'm out of here. I'm done with you. I'm tempted to move out of Torn, but I have a couple last ideas to try before I do. Good luck finding Taen. I really couldn't care less about him at this point. Hey, that scumbag was just talking to you. What's going on? Do you know him? Oh man, I didn't even recognize you. How could I forget the hero that exposed that rat for what he really is? You are fantastic. You're definitely my favorite champion we've had so far. And, well, the second best augur. My name is Gail. It's a pleasure to meet you. Listen, you're looking for Taen? He's the blue-haired turd stain that works for the jerk nozzle who just left, right? I can find him for you. I'm good at that sort of thing. You seem like you're suspicious of me. Listen, I'm an environmentalist. But it's not the Earth I'm fighting for. It's all the little creatures that can't defend themselves. The original dragon, Mewtwo, overpowered Pokemon with no regard for their surroundings. There's too many little Pokemon that could be hurt by that. My mom had this task, and her aunt before her, and her second cousin before her, and his estranged stepfather before him, and so on. We were chosen by a legendary Pokemon, They protect the ecosystem. This was their duty, and now it's mine. You shouldn't underestimate me. Let me show you why. Alright, so she wants to have a friendly fight, I guess. That really comes out of nowhere. So this is Gail, the environmentalist. That sounds kind of condescending. So she starts off with the Stunfisk. It has the ability Static, has the Leftovers, has Stealth Rock, Discharge, Earth Power, and Toxic. You already know what's going to happen here. I'm going to drop a Calm Mind right here. And she's probably going to set up Stealth Rocks. So that's fine. She's also going to drop a Toxic on us, which is kind of unfortunate. I think I'll actually use an item because I really want to see this thing sweep. So I'll drop a full heal right here. Don't do that. Alright, I'll go ahead and just knock this thing out. That's fine. I'll use a full restore later, if I have to. Next up, she has the Swalot. A Sticky Hold, has the Assault Vest, has Sludge Bomb, Giga Drain, Ice Beam, and Earthquake. I forgot to mention it because I mentioned it way back, but Mega Venusaur's ability is called Hubris, and it's basically special attacking Moxie. So every time we get a knockout, we get a boost in our special attack. And she's about to send in something that will probably blow your mind. So this is a Sunflora. It has the Sunflorite. Has Earth Power, Hidden Power Ice, Leaf Storm, and Sludge Bomb. But what's interesting is the ability of Sunflora. As a Mega, anyways. As a Mega, it has the ability called Unleafed, which basically gives it +1 in every single stat for a certain amount of turns, depending on the amount of Pokemon that are fainted when it gets sent out. So, right now, it's been sent out after 2 Pokemon were fainted, so it's going to get 1 + 2 turns of that boost. So that's 3 turns of the Unleafed boost. Also, something to note is that this is actually a female Sunflora. The male and females have different Mega Evolutions for some reason. I mean, it's basically the same, except that the male is a Grass and Fire type. I'm not really sure why. So I think I might go ahead and drop the full restore. I should have one, right? Oh, I do. So I'm going to drop this right here. It's going to Mega Evolve. You're going to see it get all those stat boosts. Ow, that hurts. And you're also going to notice something. On the sprite for the Sunflora, whether it is the male or female, when it has its boost up, it will actually have a certain look in its eyes. Like, it'll look kind of angry. It's more noticeable in the males, but in the female, its eyes would basically be closed if it didn't have the boost, and in the males, it would have like this fiery glint in its eyes. It's kind of hard to explain. But anyways, she just dropped her special attack. I don't think this thing can really do anything to me, so I'm going to Draining Kiss, and we're going to get our HP back. Really? Alright, that's fine. That's just regular poison. That's very easy to deal with. Next up, we have the Zeb Strika. Has the Life Orb, has Sap Sipper, has Volt Switch, Thunderbolt, Overheat, and Hidden Power Ice. I'm just going to drop... Oh yeah, I forgot. That's pretty fast. I'm just going to drop a Moonblast and knock that out. After that, we have the Azumarill. Azumarill is massive. It has huge power, has the Choice Band, has Play Rough, Waterfall, Aqua Jet, and Knockoff. It could probably take me out with an Aqua Jet. But that's fine. I'm okay with that. And finally, we have the Zygarde 10%. As the Life Orb has Power Construct, has Land's Wrath, Outrage, Dragon Pulse, and Coil. I don't really need the HP, but that should knock it out. There we go. Well, okay. That didn't go quite as I planned, but I made my point. I'm not someone to mess around with. Zygarde is a unique legendary. It's not just one Pokemon. It's a hive mind. Hundreds of thousands of tiny Pokemon working together to guard the ecosystem and the rest of the world. Of course, it's more complicated than that. There are cores, cells, a whole bunch of doohickeys that go in it. But you get the drift. The truth is, Zygarde is everywhere. Cores all over the world. It's like a network that lets it observe the ecosystem everywhere at once. I've been using it to watch that blue-haired freak waltz across the region. If you're looking for him, he was last seen in the No Man's Lands. Well, yeah, obviously you haven't heard of the No Man's Lands. If it were a popular destination spot, it wouldn't be called the No Man's Lands, now would it? There's not much there. It's all unclaimed territory between regions. Super dangerous. No cities, no towns, no regions, no routes, no people. Just wilderness. Nobody aside from the first Augur ever even bothered to head out there. And yes, before you asked, I watched him too. Can you blame me? Look at the guy. Great genes. Anyways, there was something in Gaia Town, near his gym, that he used to get there. Not sure what it was, or is. You should definitely check it out though. Something in Gaia Town might lead you to Bagface in the No Man's Lands. I'm not sure of all the specifics, but you'll need this. Those'll let you climb up the rock faces. That'll let you get to all sorts of places, like Gaia Town. Heck, check out the Battle Frontier after we're done with this business. It's over by Rogan Town. It's unfinished, but you can use those boots to sneak in, you know? Good luck, kiddo. Nice to see a friendly face here, and not one of those perfection jerks. Excuse me, gotta follow the Mafia dude, or he breaks somebody's kneecaps. That was great. That was really, really great. I think Gail is probably one of the funniest characters that they've put in this game, but besides that, I can't really imagine Rukra breaking anybody's kneecaps, because, well, he looks like one of those people that doesn't want to get his suit dirty. But anyways, she gave us the hiking boots, which means we have access to rock climb, which means we have backtracking to do. So we are going to be backtracking to all sorts of different places and rock climbing, getting some free stuff, that kind of thing. So I will see you starting off in the Cian Cavern. Okay, here we are in the Cian Cave. If you remember correctly, this is actually between Route 2 and Suntouch City. It's better to enter here through Route 2, but you could go backwards. It's not really that long. And right over here, we have a bit of a rock climb spot. So we're going to rock climb up here and grab the TM for Iron Tail. It's a bit of a weird TM to lock to post-game, but that's pretty cool. Our next rock climb spot is going to be in Coral Town. So here in Coral Town, our destination is going to be Coral Cave. So we're going to push the Strength Boulder, or I guess in this case it's a Psychic Boulder, aside, and head into the Coral Cave. We want to head right up these rocks, and this is actually going to be a big surprise, for some people. And it's why you wanted those ancient balls. Oh, look, it's Terrakion. So, as usual, with any legendary Pokemon, you want to drop a safety save. Let's go. Oh, there's no Gen 5 legendary music. I figured they would have updated it by now. But Terrakion here is a level 95 Pokemon. You want to be really careful with it. If you have a False Swiper and a Spore Pokemon, those are excellent. It's gonna take a while though. Alright, there we go. We actually caught the Terrakion. So as you can see, we got that X entry. You want to be really careful with these things because there's only one of them in your game. I mean, they are a legendary Pokemon, and you do need them for the Pokedex completion. Anyways, our next stop is actually going to be the Cave of Steam. Here in the Cave of Steam, the fastest way to get to this spot is probably to actually enter the Cave of Steam from Nara Town and head to the right, or you can surf up here if you want. And right here is going to be the rock climb spot. So this is actually a pretty good TM. It's Overheat. Overheat is just such a good TM, and I kind of wish it was available during the main story, but it's also something that I can understand locking to the post game. It's not as exciting as a legendary Pokemon, but it's not as much of a letdown as this next one is going to be. Our next location is going to be the Whirl Islands. So we're here at the Whirl Islands. You want to be at the upper right entrance, and we're going to head in. We're going to head all the way around here and down these stairs right here. And then over to the left, we will actually find a rock climb spot. And up here we'll find the HM for Dive. I'm not sure why they stuck this in the post game. It's kind of redundant, especially since we've actually had the ability to dive for quite a long time, and dive itself is kind of a mediocre physical water type attack. But they did. Our next location is going to be the Dragon Ruins. We're here at the Dragon Ruins. I'm actually at the end of it. There is no quick way to get here, but I want to leave sort of a marking point, a starting point for people to recognize. So we're going to be heading all the way over here, and around the end of it, you'll find another rock climb spot, and you'll find the Delta Metagrossite R. Now, that's kind of weird. We already have one Delta Metagrossite. Well, the answer is actually that there are two different Delta Metagrosses, and one of them is in the Holland region. We're not going to be getting that one for quite a while. You could technically have it now at this point, but since this walkthrough isn't going to be dealing with Holland for quite a while, we're going to be putting it off, and instead we're going to be actually heading over to the Crystal Caves. Here in the Crystal Caves, right outside of where you would normally meet the Timeless, we're going to be heading a little bit south of here. We're going to be heading right out here to this room. You might recognize it. It has all the strength boulders that you can push without using strength. And we're going to head just up here, and we'll find a nice colorful set of rock climb rocks. If we rock climb over here, we will find some of the music notes, but we'll also find the TM for Steelwing. Again, it's another very weird TM to lock to post-game, but they did. Anyways, we're not done here in the Crystal Caves yet. Since it's very convenient to, we're actually going to head back into the area of the Timeless, or close to it actually. And instead we're going to take this Hoopa Hole and head into the Void Gauntlet. Thankfully there's no more Giratina creeps, and we've basically made our own path through this place before. So we're mainly just heading back to this area here. Actually, it's not the forest. It should be after the forest, I think. Yeah, it's the Cave of Origin. So we want to head right here. And if you rock climb down into this plot right here, we will find another Meloetta puzzle. Again, I'm leaving it incomplete because I plan to go back to it later and do them all at once. And I would like to mention that this is the second to last one, which means we'll be completing them all soon. So you can look forward to that. Our next stop after this is going to be in Daeron Town, or rather it's going to be in the Dameron Caves, but I will meet you in Daeron Town. Here in Dameron Town, we are going to be heading to Dameron Cave. If you don't remember how to get there, come over towards the entrance, and you want to use Heart Swap. Switch on up over here, and then we can surf on into the Dameron Cave, which is pretty much right over here. And we want to be heading way over here and dropping down those rock climb rocks to grab the Frostlassite. That is such a weird megastone to say. It really is. Anyways, there isn't really anything else here inside of the Daeron Cave, so our next location is actually going to be Nara Town. Here in Nara Town, there isn't exactly a rock climb spot in sight, but if we go inside the Pokemon Center, there is this hiker right here. Hey, you're the kid from Midna Town. Remember me? I was fuming about not being able to get back here. Anyways, I just got back to Nara Town, but get a load of this. When I was almost back home, I actually got my hands on a TM for rock climb. It was totally useless to me by then. Plus, none of my Pokemon are normal type, so the move is useless to them as well. But hey, I've learned my lesson, and will never leave this town through Nara Border again. Why don't you take this TM, so you don't repeat my mistakes? That's pretty nice of him. Anyways, there is one last rock climb spot that I want to visit before we begin tracking down Taen again, and that is in Victory Road. In order to get to this next rock climb location, we're actually going to be flying to the Pokemon League and starting at the end of the Victory Road. So again, I haven't cleared out most of the trainers here, so I will be skipping most of them, or running around and dodging them. But we want to be heading over to this location right over here. I feel like the moment you see this clearing, you know what's happening. You know what you're going to run into. Right here is going to be Virizion. So I'm going to drop a save. Let's go. Again, no Gen 5 music, unfortunately. That's kind of sad. But we do have Virizion right here, so we do have Wi-Fi now. Go ahead and capture this if you want it. Make sure to use your ancient balls if you have them. It doesn't take too many of them, usually. I have a very nice catch rate, so assuming it doesn't wipe out my team, hopefully I'll catch this in a little bit. Alright, there we go. We have finally caught the Virizion, and we're pretty much done with rock climb spots for now. There are actually other rock climb spots out there that we can do, however, they kind of bring us out onto different branching paths of the story, and until I'm ready to tackle those different branching paths, we're not going to be heading to them. So instead, we're actually going to head to Helio City, and we're going to be heading to our next stop, which is going to be Gaia Town. If you don't know, Gaia Town is the only place on the map that we haven't visited yet. And it's right there. So the only way to head up to it is from Helio City, which is kind of fitting. Helio City is actually it was the base of the second Augur, who was also the leader of the Sky Cultist, who also took out the first Augur, right? So it's kind of fitting that he would have his base close to his enemies. He was probably stalking him for who knows how long. Anyways, I'm going to be trying to avoid most of these trainers and just head on into Gaia Town, hopefully, if they would be so nice. There we go. Here we are, Gaia Town, the home of the first Augur, as well as kind of ourselves. It's like a little homecoming. I'm going to be honest, this town is absolutely overloaded with content. There's so many things that we can do. So let me show you around. For starters, we have the plate seller. This is probably another big hint that we are indeed going to catch them all. So they sell everything except for the pixie plate. Kind of a scam. Over here we have a dig tutor. Hey kid, trying to dig your way out of a tough situation? I can help. Let me teach your Pokemon dig. Oh, that reaction is absolutely amazing. There's nothing in here except for this guy. He brags about being rich, basically. He's kind of a jerk. If we make our way all the way over here, though, inside of this house, we can talk to this girl right here. And she kind of quit the whole trainer business. So she'll give us the TM for Retaliate, which is pretty good. I'll take that. If we come down over here, we talk to this blue-haired guy. He will help us out by giving us this Delta Ball. Again, these things are kind of expensive, so I'll take it. Over here, we have this old lady. Ah, hello, young one. Do you have a favorite Pokemon? Mine is Eevee. I spent so many wonderful years with my little one. Eventually, I figured out how to teach Eevee moves outside of its move pool. If you'd like, I could do the same for you. However, Eevee can't evolve while it knows one of these moves, so choose wisely. So we don't have an Eevee, but I do know the moves that she's going to offer to teach you. They are Fire Blast, Scald, Volt Switch, Psyshock, Pursuit, Giga Drain, Blizzard, Dazzling Gleam, Hyper Voice, and Giga Impact. So again, these are for Mega Eevee. These are to make your Mega Eevee a little bit stronger, give you different coverage moves. For instance, you could use Volt Switch to pivot out, you could use Psyshock for anything that might wall you, or wall your special attacks. Pursuit would be pretty cool if we still had online battling. Giga Drain would be pretty alright for getting some health back, I guess. Also over here we have a scientist right here. You can talk to him to start a side quest. We're not going to be talking to him right now because that would take a little bit too long. Over here, this blue-haired lady is a move tutor, and she can teach you Headbutt. We're not really interested. This house is pretty cool as well. Over here, we have this lady. She's a big fan of Shellos and Gastrodon, and if you have one, she can change its form. It's a mystical talent of hers, apparently. Also, nothing too crazy right here, but this man mentions that Yuki of the Elite Four only came out and began her transitioning last year, but people are already totally adjusted to it. So I almost blurted that out when we were first doing the Elite Four challenge, but then I was like, wait, someone mentions that later, don't they? I should probably wait for that. There's a few more interesting things right here in this town, though. I actually kind of skipped over it, but if we come up to this house right here, this is going to be the Dream Guru. Hello, my friend. I'm the Dream Guru, and Oh, my. I see this is your first time here. You see, as the Dream Guru, I have the ability to manipulate the mystical Dream Mist. These are a strange and powerful fog produced by Unova Muna, and can cause powerful hallucinations. Well, now we know why he's manipulating it. However, using a few trade secrets, I'm able to use the Dream Mist, to allow Pokemon to access abilities it may not know it had. Henceforth, that Pokemon's ability shall be known as its Dream ability. If you bring me some Dream Mist and a Pokemon, I can unlock its hidden potential for you. So if you bring this man some Dream Mist, you can get your Pokemon's hidden ability. So there's actually one or two of them here in this game. So we can actually do this immediately if we wanted to. So for instance, we could give Lori multi-scale, things like that. We're probably not going to be doing that right away. Also, this is another NPC that starts quest for you. You want to keep them in mind. They start this really, really lengthy trading quest. And I think there's one other thing of note here. It's not that important, but this man up here will trade you a Darumaka for a water type. It's kind of a bit late in the game for that, but, you know, it's a nice thought. Anyways, up here is going to be the gym, and the doors are sealed shut. Come on, Dad, you could have left us a key. But no, the entrance is actually here under the gym. Also, I believe it's right here? There we go. There's a rare candy hidden right here under this sort of map. Inside of his man cave, I believe that's what one of the NPCs called it. She called it a literal man cave. We can see a Hoopa spot, but we can also see a couple free items. But we can finally get the item for the TM for False Swipe. And we can also get the Hydreigonite. You know, I think that might actually be better than a house key. I'll take it. So over here is the aforementioned Hoopa spot. So I want to use Hyperspace Roll right here. And we're going to head on into No Man's Land. First things first, I'm going to want to go into my party, and I'm going to want to teach something the move Rock Smash. If you have one of the fighting type alternatives, or actually there's a bunch of different alternatives to that, but if you have one of the alternative moves to it, then I recommend using those instead. But I don't believe I have any, so just for safety, I'm going to go ahead and teach that. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to rock climb immediately up here to our right. If you go to your left, you'll find the Grizzliest Orb, and if we go all the way up over here, we'll find a TM for the move called Jetstream. Jetstream is sort of a doubles move. I mean, you could use it in singles, but it's kind of pointless. And what it does is basically it gives you and your ally Pokemon priority, or +1 priority, in the next turn after you use it. So that's decent enough, right? Anyways, we're going to make our way all the way up over here. There's a bunch of icy ledges, and we want to make our way up to this rock climb spot right here. Also, if you look behind this rock right here, you'll find the Adamant Orb. Kind of weird. I mean, we are pursuing Unovan dragons, not Sinnoh dragons, but that's fine. So right up here, we actually want to make our way sort of around here, and we want to heart swap to that Manaphy statue. Inside of here, we'll find a cave that we can grab a free PowerPoint Max, and we can also exit out here. If you're panicking thinking that you're trapped, don't worry, you're not. There is a rock climb slot immediately to the right of you, so you could rock climb up here, push these boulders to the side, but you're going to need Rock Smash or one of the alternative moves to it, so you can clear out these boulders and continue on. Kind of unfortunate. Also, that's nice. So we're almost through here. We're probably about halfway through. There's also a big nugget down there. We're going to break this rock right here. And we can now rock slide down over here. Not rock slide, rock climb. Next up, we're going to be breaking a few more rocks and getting through this mess of boulders. Well, it had to happen eventually. There is also an item right over there that we're going to grab. So I'm just going to push this boulder kind of out of the way. I'm sort of making a mess of this, mainly because we don't actually need to get to this rock climb spot to access the music notes up there. We just don't have to do that right now. We will have to do that later though, unfortunately. Fortunately, we are almost done with this area. If we head down over here, we can find the TM for Psych Up, which is another weird late game TM. And up over here, we will finally find Illustrious Orb. And with that, we can head on up here into the Alpha Temple. There's some pretty cool encounters in here, actually. And when I say pretty cool encounters, I mean stuff like Hydreigon, Lucario, Aegislash. Keep in mind, I haven't been putting the encounters up on the screen for a while, mainly because if you wanted to complete your regular Pokedex, you could have done so by now. Obviously, you couldn't have completed the full Pokedex with Legendaries, Mythicals, and Deltas, but you could have found most of the regular mods. Anyways, we're going to be taking a long, winding path through the Alpha Ruins, all the way up over here. Keep in mind that there's really nothing that we can do in any of these sections. There's some sections with rock climb. You can't do anything there. Instead, we want to keep making our way over here till we reach sort of a computer. It's an ancient stone keyboard with a poem engraved above it. Okay, fine. It's an ancient computer. You can give me, but you cannot take me. It takes one to give me, but two to make me. The biggest circle I begin, and it is I that lies within. To all living things I give breath. I am not God, nor life, nor death. And like the phoenix from an urn, through me from ashes it returns. Okay. So the answer to this poem, if I can type correctly, would be birth. And when we get that right, a door will slide open. Nice. So inside this room, you want to probably drop a save right here. And we're going to go ahead and reorganize our party just a little bit. No, I don't want to surf. I think I want to put Lilligant in the front. I think that makes sense, and I hope that will bait out the moves that I want. Alright, let's go. I thought I heard you following me. You will not just leave me alone, will you? I've already got the artifact I was looking for. That up there is a decoy. I was hoping to lure you out to talk. It's some kind of music instrument, maybe? I'm not completely sure what it does, but it seems to be a huge source of power. I don't think it's as strong as the crystal, but it seems immensely powerful. I can work with that. But you will not stop getting in my way. What do you get out of this? You're not going to stop me. Slow me down, maybe, but I'll just keep coming back. This is my destiny. I am going to succeed, no matter how many losses I take on the way there. I'm going to knock some sense into you. Learn your lesson now, while you still can. Alright, so we have another Taen battle. It's pretty cool. He's still rocking the Delta Darmanitan, as you can see right here. It's got a Nerve, it's got the Choice Scarf, it's got the Knockoff, Shadow Claw, U-Turn, and Rock Slide. I'm hoping to bait out the Rock Slide right here. Oh, that's so gross. Okay, fine. I'm going to go ahead and set up a Reflect right there. And I was hoping to Taunt Pass into something else, but that's fine. That's completely fine. I'm going to go ahead and send in Venusaur. I'm going to drop that Mega right there. And I think I can set up a Calm Mind. Yeah, it'll be fine. Yeah, we took that super nicely right there. So, with the Calm Mind up, I can go ahead and just sort of take back some HP with Draining Kiss right there. I don't think we'd have knocked it out without a crit, but we would have knocked it out eventually. Next up, we have Zeb Strika, Sap Sipper, Life Orb, Wild Charge, Overheat, Play Rough, Hidden Power Grass. There's really not much this thing can do to us. So we're just going to go ahead and knock it out. Next up is going to be Polygraph. So this Polygraph is a little bit different. It has Water Absorb, but it has the Polygraphite. It has Waterfall, Dynamic Punch, Hypnosis, and Earthquake. I'm actually pretty happy that they gave Polygraph something. So we're gonna watch it Mega Evolve. I actually really like this design too. It's one of the designs, there are some designs that you look at and you can't get rid of the feeling that it's fake, right? But the Polygraph design for the Mega, it feels so real. Next up we have Kieran Black, has Terravolt, Leftovers, has Fusion Bolt, Ice Beam, Substitute, and Roost. And it's going to hurt quite a lot actually, but we're fine. And a level up. Next up we have Glade, has Steadfast, Life Orb, Sword Stance, Close Combat, Zen Headbutt, and Knockoff. I'm just going to Draining Kiss, get some HP back. And finally, we have the Mewtwo. Has Pressure, has Life Orb, has Ice Beam, Psy Strike, Focus Blast, and Calm Mind. It doesn't matter what this Mewtwo does, it's gone. To be fair, I hadn't changed my team at all since we last battled. I wasn't expecting to win. I was only trying to make a point. Can't hold me down forever, kid. This is my time. Come and stop me. Plus, I still have someone else interested in my efforts. You're not going to see me losing to you again. Alright. It's kind of unfortunate we can't examine the item here. He admits it's fake. It would have been really cool if we could examine it and it would just be like a troll item. But anyways, I think we've done enough for this part. So we've started the Taen side quest. We've investigated some of the rock climb spots, but not all of them. And we're going to investigate many of them in the future and get some more really cool Pokemon and some other free items. But for now, we are going to end it here in No Man's Land. So thank you all so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed, hope this helps, and I will most definitely catch you all on the next one. Peace.